Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to share with you a new piece of equipment that I bought, which is an Echo SRM-225 or dash 225. It is one of their best weed eaters. I think it is the best weed eater on the market right now currently. I have been using one of these, not this exact one here, same model, but been using the same one for about 2 to 3 months. And so I bought myself one. Why do I have two of them, I guess you would say, but I've been working with a buddy of mine, and he has, this is what he uses for his commercial business, and I wanted one for my residential use here at home. But I want to share with you guys this weed eater. Guys, stick around for a moment here. I think you might be pretty impressed. I don't really have any tall grass to really show you what it can do. I've got your normal everyday grass, kind of, 2 to 4, I say more like 2 to 6 inches tall, nothing really tall. But this weed eater, I have used this model here. I've been using this for a while on some very tall grass, and it cuts right through it. Now, you'll also notice that I am holding a string. This string is not your typical string also, so I'm upgrading my string. This is a Shakespeare string. This is more of a diamond, or actually kind of a diamond cut. The string that comes on the weed eater, it's okay, it's not the best. When I say the best, you run against a concrete wall, it just chews it up, it's done, and you're replacing it or bumping it. Now, I'm gonna put this weed eater, new string in this weed eater. I'm gonna show you how that goes, and it's very cool. So let's take a moment and look at the mower, not the mower, but the weed eater just for a second. This is a I think it's, what is it? It's a 21cc motor that runs on this thing. It is a very, very well balanced. I love the grip on it. I mean, look at that. That's pretty well balanced for a weed eater. What do we get in this weed eater when you buy it from the store? I bought this from a commercial manufacturer, not a commercial business. So this is about roughly what you can get at Home Depot. They also carry them. So in this packet, we'll get, of course, your owner's manual and some parts manual as well here. That comes in the back. You also get a bottle of their high-end gold, which is your 2-cycle. This is a 2-cycle engine, so you'll get to see this is what they use for what they recommend for using for it. Today I have a different kind of gas that I'm going to be running, which is an oil base that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to worry about telling you who that is, but the base that I use, which is pretty close to this, but the gasoline that I'm using, which is 89 octane ethanol free. Manufacturer does not recommend that, but I always thought for small engines, especially 2-cycle motors, you should be using ethanol free gasoline. And most of your mowers, if you can use that, your 2-cycle, 4-cycle engines, using non-ethanol gas, it helps keep the gunk out of your carburetors. Guys, give me a second here and I will show you how to put this in. I'm going to take this off before we off camera, but I'll put the new one in on camera so you can see it. Stick around, guys, and I'll show you how to put the string on this easy bump head. All right, guys, so I want to talk to you about the string. This is the string I'm going to put in my weed eater. This is what I recommend. This is a Shakespeare, great product. This is what came out of it. Now, I like the color because it makes it easier to see where you are when you're edging or when you're cutting. But this is what I'm going to be putting in, which is Shakespeare, so I'm going to put that out of the way. Let me show you how easy this is to operate, or to actually put new string in, to restring. It's very, very simple. On this, what you do, on the head, this is this bump head, you've got arrows on both sides, and you'll have your grommets. These grommets right here, so you'll see the arrow and a grommet. So what I'm going to do is I'll just take my string and I'll shove it right through there. Now, sometimes I can do it the first time, sometimes I can't. Let's see if I can do it right. So I'm not taking the head, I'm not disassembling the head in order to get it apart. All I'm going to do is basically stick this through the grommets, and then it takes a second sometimes to get it where you want it, because I've got a string that wants to be a little bit complicated, but not that big of a deal. We'll get it. There it comes. So that is it right there. So now I'm going to take the string and I'm going to lower it down to the ground, and I'm going to basically take all of my string and grab my two ends and put it in the center of my spool, just like so. Now, here's the beautiful part about this whole thing. I grab the top right here, and I'll grab the head, and I'll just rotate. That's it. That's all I got to do. Simple as that. And it's feeding already onto the spool exactly the way that the machine needs to use it to operate. Now this is a bump head, so when you bump the ground with it on a surface, a hard surface, or however you choose to do it, I don't really recommend concrete because you're going to eventually chew the plastic. This is a plastic head. That's, you know, that's common. You'll find that most common on these pieces of equipment. But that's it, guys. That sucker's ready to go. Now I have my arm span is about 6'6", okay, about 6 feet 6 inches. So I do 3 spools. 3 of my arm spans is what I've got spooled in here. Now it's going to make a little bit of racket on the first couple times, spinning around, cutting off on the cut edge here, and it will cut it. If you get it too much string out, it will cut it for you. You got a blade right there that will trim it for you and make it smaller. There you go. And as you can see, it's a brand new piece of equipment. So I have not yet fueled this tank at all yet. This is a brand new piece of equipment. I'm going to put new gas. Oh yeah, I'm sure they ran it, you know, to make sure it ran at the factory when it was done. But now I'm going to put my fuel. I'm running 50-to-1 ratio on this, which is what I think they are. I'm pretty sure that's what they recommend on their mixture. But 50-to-1 is what I've been satisfied with all my equipment. And I know people are probably going to be going in the comments saying something along the lines of, each piece of equipment is a certain ratio. My father always told me growing up as a kid, if it smokes, you're not going to tear it up. You know, kind of concept. So a little more oil. You don't want to overcompensate your oil when you're doing your gas and oil mix, but I want it to smoke a little bit because that gives me the assurance that I've got my piston being lubed. Ooh, goodness, I'm making a mess there. Well, now you're going to hear it the first time. I haven't cranked this yet, so you're going to hear it for the first time in about 2 seconds here. Now this one, if I'm correct, they recommend you prime it. Of course, I've got to prime it a couple times to get it up into this, from the fuel tank up into the carburetor. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now they recommend you priming it 3 times before you crank it, and of course your choke, which is right here. This is off choke, or that's on choke, off choke. So pull your choke up, prime 3 times, and then you give it a fire. Let's see what happens here. And of course your on and off switch, which is right here. This is off this way and on that way. So we're going to push it down that direction. And here we go. You might take a few pulls because it's new. Oh, look at that. Now I just took the choke off. There she is. Not very loud, to be honest with you. That's full throttle. Not very loud. It's loud, but it's not that loud. I mean, the muffler on these things are pretty incredible and quiet. Guys, I'm going to run down this bank here and give you a demonstration of how it does. Guys, this thing is very easy to use. Highly recommend you getting yourself one. If you have it, if you're in the market for a weed eater, look at the Echo. I have been a Steel fan for years. I still own Steel equipment, but I'll be honest with you, Echo, man, it's standing up a whole lot better than I thought it was going to stand up. Now let me tell you a bit about this. So if you're a commercial guy, if you're a commercial business, if you are in a landscaping business, You have a 2-year warranty as a resident, let me speak English here. Residential use. You have a 5-year warranty with this thing. 5 years. That is a lot, I think. That's a pretty good standing. You won't find that from Troy Built. You won't find that from Toro. But guys, for 200 bucks, that's what I pay for this thing. 200 bucks. It was actually 189. But you get the whole point here. I mean, this is a great piece of equipment. I love their equipment. I am starting to slowly fade out from the steel. So if you've been a steel fan, take a look at it. I'm not saying that steel's junk. I like steel, okay? But this is pretty damn good. And I tell you right now, you go look for a steel, this size motor, you're gonna pay in the 300 range. So guys, take a look at this. I'm gonna run around the yard a little bit, do some weeding, and we'll do a little bit of videoing so you can see it. Excuse the yard, it's a little bit of a mess of mud and pit, but it's been raining a lot here. All right, well, let's run around the yard a little bit. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have a whole lot of tall grass in my backyard due to the season it is right now, the time of the year. It's winter here. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a very impressive piece of equipment. I like it. I think it's a great piece of equipment. Would I recommend buying this to somebody else? Most definitely. Any cons on it, I would say. Lightability, I think, would be, pros would be definitely light. It's kind of lightweight. I mean, it's a weed eater. I mean, I love the length of the down rod, the down shaft. It's a great length for me. I mean, I'm 6'6", and I'm right here with it. You know what I mean? I love its balance. It's a good option there for it. That warranty, that 5-year warranty for residential use. 5-year warranty for 2 years for commercial. I highly recommend it, guys. I am actually very impressed with the 21cc motor this thing has in it. Get yourself one if you're in the market to get one. I highly recommend it. This is the one thing I noticed about some of the weed eaters out there. There's commercial, then there's residential. This is both. So us as residential people are getting the ability to use commercial. This is what contractors and commercial grade people are using. They're using these kind of weed eaters. Like I said, the guy that I actually worked with, he's a big company in the town that I live in, and he uses Echo. You will find Echo being a lot of people that you just never really thought, oh my gosh, I see yellow, or I see green, or I see a blue. Look at orange, Echo. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully, I hadn't done a lot of videos. I might take a second here and talk to you, but been a lot going on with all this holiday season and just the new year. By the way, Happy New Year from the family and I. We'd like to tell you guys Happy New Year. If there was any part of this film that got boring, I'm sorry. We're still new to YouTube. If you guys hadn't figured it out yet, we're trying to get more and more. We're still trying to figure out what you guys want to see and what you guys want to be a part of to watch. Now, I mean, yeah, we've done a little bit of blogging, as you saw a couple of videos in the past. We went to Tennessee, took you guys. That was a short video. I apologize. It wasn't exactly as much as I wanted to. And some of the other corny videos that I've done, guys, I'm trying to figure out what it is that is big for you people on YouTube that want to watch this. I want to keep doing reviews. I want to keep doing stuff where you guys are getting your attention. I noticed that my reviews and my subscribers aren't as big as I'd like them to be. So if you could share this video, I would really appreciate a comment. Bad comments, good comments, just in comments in general. Just know that that somebody's actually, you know, being entertained for a moment or two by you watching this video. So guys, thank you so much for coming out today to see this video on a review of the Echo SRM-225. Guys, if you get a chance and you're in the market, get yourself one of these guys. I'm not going to knock steel. I'm not going to sit here and knock John Deere and all the other flavors out there, but guys, I'm very impressed with this machine. I would be looking to future equipment when my equipment starts to break down, replacing it with Echo, just because of the cost factor. Like I said, this is a very inexpensive but yet good quality. 200 bucks. I mean, that may sound like a lot to some people, but think about 200 bucks. You got 5 years of warranty here. 5 years of warranty. I can't go into details with you and tell you exactly what all that covers, but from what I understood, it's the unit. It's from bumper to bumper. There's no bumper here, so I can't really say bumper to bumper, but you get my point. Make sure you're running non-ethanol gas in your equipment, especially your 2 cycles and your 4 cycles if you can. That's just my recommendation. I'm sure somebody will leave a comment saying, hey, you didn't wear any eye protection or ear protection. Guys, common sense. I mean, yes, you should be wearing that. Most definitely. I should be wearing that. My glasses are prescriptions, so they're not safety glasses, but in the same point for this video, just to point out this piece of equipment. That's what I'm here to do. This is my opinion. I'm not paid or promoted by anybody of Echo to do this video. I wanted to share with you guys my experience, my personal residential experience of this equipment is, and that's what we've accomplished here today. Thank you again so much for coming out. Please like, subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind leaving us a comment, we'd greatly appreciate it. From all of us here at the homestead, Merry Christmas. Well, that's already passed, but Happy New Year.